Guys, Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music, and I've got a quadratonic soul scale to teach you. And really, all that is just looking at 4 notes that they are in the BB box, they're in the major pentatonic, but it's a 4-note grouping that if you limit yourself, you can get some cool stuff out of it. And then, of course, also combine elements of the major pentatonic and the minor pentatonic. We'll get into it. Also, if you haven't yet, I appreciate you subscribing here to the Marty Music YouTube channel. You know, hitting that bell notification really helps me out. And also, I've got links below for you to check out. So enough of that. Let's get to it. All right, 4 notes here to look at. And depending on, you know, how you approach this, you could look at this as mixing the major pentatonic with the minor pentatonic, or elements of like Mixolydian, or just, hey, wait, that's the BB box. You know, it is related to all those things, but it's just a 4-note grouping. And by all means, you want to still access all the other notes you know, but just limiting yourself to these 4 notes and seeing where they are is just a cool way to look at soloing a little differently. So we're going to do it in A. You know, A blues, A rock, whatever it is, key of A. And for this way, or this particular, you know, 10 or 15 minute study, let's just find and look, instead of shapes, let's just find all the roots, and we'll just access it that way, just for some different thinking. So for an A, obviously we've got the classic open A string. We've got that 5th fret. Right? We've got the 2nd fret G, and then the 5th fret high E. We've got the 7th fret on the D string. We've got the 10th fret B string, 12th fret A string, 14th fret G, 15th fret up here. I'm sorry, 17th fret up here. All right, so that's how we're going to access this quadratonic experience, the quadratonic. Really just a 4-note grouping. Okay, so let's start on the 5th fret high E, because we've got the A blues scale that we might be used to. It'd be great for you to know the A major pentatonic and their extensions, but we're going to just base this off the root. So the 4-note grouping is that root, a whole step up, and then for this spot right here, the next string over. So that's just 7/5 and 7/5, or 5/7 5/7 on the B and high E, and visualizing that we're plugging that in by the root. If we wanted to see the, or just know what the notes were, for instance, of the 4 notes of this thing that we're doing, it's a B note, an A note, which is the root, an F sharp, and an E. So anywhere we can find those 4 notes on the guitar right now, we're playing this concept. But let's now go to an octave below, that 2nd fret on the G string. So the same thing, a whole step up, and then up a string, same little box. Now that is from the A major pentatonic. But the reason I'm just limiting it to 4 notes is because we're not playing that major or minor third that really makes it sound major or minor. We're leaving it in that ambiguous zone, which then means we can access the minor pentatonic or the major pentatonic to complete out the sound. So watch what I can do with that, because there's more than just exploring around. There's little half-step bends. And then the other notes are going to be around it, of the minor and the major pentatonic that you want to access. But now it's right here. So another just cool exercise is to limit yourself to the 4 notes. I have a loop here in A, and you just experiment with that. And then eventually when you feel like you've used it all up, then you can add some other notes. So eventually, when I started that, I was just limiting to those 4 notes. And then eventually, I added parts of the, more like the minor pentatonic, but still approaching it with that little quadratonic grouping. So let's just stay in the key of A and let's find some more. What's really cool is, remember I said E and F sharp were in there? So E and F sharp's up here. So that's 12 and 14. But really quadratonic, it's 4 notes, but really we are doing half-step bends. So it ends up being more notes than that, but it was just a fun, catchy little way to approach it. So you'd have that, but then you'd have the 10 and 12 on the B strings, which is the root. As soon as I bend up a whole or up a minor third, now it becomes major and minor, but I'm still accessing that little 4-note thing. I can add everything around it, but seeing those groupings, I think, is what was cool about this. So we have, an octave up, 17 up to 19. On the B and high E. We also have the and so that's definitely in also like the A BB box. It's really no different. It's just how you're describing it. But so we'd have the that E and F sharp are on the 9 and 11 of the G string. And then we also have 7979 on the A and the D. And so I really like this, we also have this. Classic A major pentatonic, it's in there. But I really like this little thing where we do on the 7th fret high E. So like half step, natural, then index. And then the same thing on the other string, but then the octave down. And in A, you would have the 2nd fret. Try it out. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. Thank you again for hanging out with me for a while. Hopefully you started jamming with me at the end there. If you haven't yet, once again, I appreciate you subscribing to the Marty Music YouTube channel right here, clicking that bell notification, and then also, if you want to get deeper into guitar, I've got great links below, like in the first comment and down in the info. So thank you again, and I really hope to see you later.